Hi, it's Dana. I wanted to share this cute little idea that I found from the channel Junk Journal Ideas. And it's a pretty big channel. They have a big following. And so I have these tiny little paper clips in different colors that I found at Meijer during the back to school clearance, right after the back to school stuff came out. So I thought that I would grab a few of these. Um, in order to make these, you just need a tiny strip of paper. They're super cute. When you open them up, literally, it's not even glued down. It is just a strip of paper. Now, mine measures 3 inches by 1 1/4, but you can make them any size. There's no measuring needed. You basically just turn in the top corners, and then I folded this almost to the halfway point and then again, and then I inked it up. So I think that's super cute. You can clip them on the edges of your pages to make little tabs. You can include stamps. You can put little notes in them. I thought they were adorable. If you haven't watched the Junk Journal Ideas channel, it's really, really cute. Also, I'm going to back out the camera, and I probably need to change the name of this live because I have a little dollar store haul, a couple good things that I found that I wanted to record really quick. So I'm going to back this camera out of here so I can do a little share. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Okay, here we go. Zoom out. Here we go. Okay, I put this placemat here on top of my dirty paint stained mat. Here, let me leave a couple of these out. So we'll make a couple more envelopes just so I can show how quick it is. But in the meantime, I wanted to share a couple things that I found that I thought would be really cute for upcoming projects. I found these little gift sacks, and I thought this would be adorable to fussy cut these out and glue them to cardboard or whatever to make little embellishments. You could hit the top with stickles and add a gold string or thread or even a wire to them so they look like they're dangling off things. Also, I found they have this burlap ribbon in 9 foot, and it's got a little gold bits through it. If you did not see my Thanksgiving Day project, I used ribbon like this, but I had to trim the edges off. So I recently made some tags, and this doesn't have an edge, so you can actually unravel it. Can you see that? See that there is no edge on that ribbon. So I like that. I actually was trying to find that. Then I found a couple things. I found this, and I thought I would deconstruct this. And I found, that was at the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry. One was Dollar Store, and one was Dollar Tree. So this was Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove this apple and these berries. And the reason being, these styrofoam berries, the paint chips off. And so I actually found this at the Family Dollar. So this is the cutest bird cage, and it's metal, and it's already got the floral foam in the bottom and some moss. So I thought, I like that. The thing is, hi Kim. The thing is, I don't do any red in my living room. I know red is a traditional Christmas color, but I have no red on my tree, and we decorate the piano. So in my living room, everything is all done in coffee and taupes and brown with lime green. I know that sounds crazy, but so I decided to buy this to actually remake it. It's poorly done, as you can see. Let me get the light over here better. As you can see, the moss isn't really glued, isn't really covering the floral foam very good. This bow is actually pretty secure in there, but you can see all the bits of the foam peeking out, and on top there's places, but there is some cute things to work with. I don't particularly love this this wire showing. And these little berries, like I said, the paint just chips off them. And then what are you left with? You're left with white styrofoam. Look, I just barely touched it. You're left with white styrofoam balls. So not particularly fond of the cranberries that they've tucked in. I do love the bird though, but because I don't have red in my living room, I decided that I would redo the bird cage and maybe hang something like this in the center. I don't think the camera's picking it up. This is also a Dollar Tree ornament. It's got little bits of glass mirrors on it, and then in between the mirror, there's gold. Well, there's a piece of fuzz on there I can't get. There's, oh, that's on my hand. There's gold, there's little gold and iridescent and clear and silver glitter. What can I think of the word? Hi, Grandma Joe. I love your Santa Claus. That's so cool. Was that a lid you put that in? You're so creative. Like, you can just, like, seriously, I could just dig through the trash and make some stuff with you. Like, because you just make stuff out of anything. So, Kim said you can spray paint the cage. I actually like this, the color of this cage, but unfortunately this paint is chipping off. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take sandpaper to it, and I might chalk paint it. I don't know. I might just take sandpaper to it and leave it brown, because my living room, my living room is done in some neutral tones, but my Christmas tree is done in a really bright lime green, plus a coffee, like a dark toffee coffee color. And then I do gold and silver everywhere. And I have two great big gold deers that stand up on a side table. And then I have some, like a white poinsettia I put on the piano. But other than that, I just put up a tree and a wreath. I don't do a whole lot of decorating because we have a really small house and a small living room. And so, right, Grandma Joe, I'm going to check my trash for some plastic lids. Like, that was such a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of it. That's why I love watching videos. You just get the best ideas from people. Anyway, so to complete my haul, I did find some of these little blingy snowflakes, and I went ahead and bought the blue and the silver. I think they're so pretty. I don't know that I like the pop dots on the back because half of them are crooked and you can see them from the front, and that's a little aggravating, but it is, they are really pretty. So I got that, and this at the Dollar Tree. And then the rest I got at the Family Dollar. The bags, and the bird cage. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take this, deconstruct it a bit. I think I'm going to use this pine cone, and it's smashed a little bit on one side. But I think I'm going to use this cloth leaf and maybe some of this. I may add some paint to this or glitter. I'm not sure. I might just gesso it white. And I think I'm going to add some snow. And I don't know. I know I showed this before. Let me get it. This is Aleene's glitter snow. If you have not used it, it's about $4 on Amazon. It is amazing. You just take your spatula or a little spoon or whatever, and the camera's not going to pick it up, but it has tiny iridescent glitter on it. And when it dries, it's hard, and it takes a long time to dry. But I really, really love this stuff. Hi, Danielle. And this looks really cool on everything. And look, I've just dropped little bits. So I did not put that I was doing a haul on my title. But I did want to throw that in because I was super excited to get those. Oh, I also bought these just because I thought they were so fun. And they kind of go on my tree too, because I do all the gold. I do a lot of gold and silver, and then my actual all my colored bulbs are either coffee colored, like a dark brown, a taupe, or a lime green. So I know that sounds weird, but I did it a few years ago. I love it. I did it to match my curtains. I'm just this year going to change the curtains. So I'm going with solid curtains. So I'm going to incorporate red back into my Christmas someday in that room. But for right now, all the red stays like in the dining room area. Okay. So as far as look, I got moss everywhere. So as far as the little envelopes go, I think these are adorable. I got this idea from Junk Journal Ideas. I had a bunch of this paper left over, and this is just like, you know what? I've made so much stuff from this coffee dyed paper, but this is just like it's not even putting a dent in it yet. But so what I did was I basically cut these little strips. I had these strips left over because I took a bunch of 8.5 by 11 paper and I coffee dyed it. And so when I got done coffee dyeing it, I had made a bunch of envelopes out of it. So what I did now was I basically cut it into little strips, long ways. So not exact. You do not have to measure this. This is not an exact type of project. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then what I did from there is you just fold over the corners. So I'm going to do this one because it looks a little bit more coffee dyed. But you just fold over the corners at one end, right? So it doesn't have to be exact, but kind of so they meet. And then what I did was I just kind of eyeballed how many times I could fold this over. So I figured I wanted my envelope to be about that size. So if I folded it like that, maybe a little bit more. So I'll do it maybe there. So just kind of eyeball where you want to fold it so that when you get up to the top, it kind of looks like a little envelope size, right? And once you tuck it under here, you might have to trim the sides a little bit because it's not perfectly even right here. So I'm going to trim that just a hair down right there and right there. Just a hair because I'm a little obsessed. And then what I did is I just took a little ink and inked it up a little bit more. It's already coffee dyed. So and then when I opened it up, I went ahead and coffee dyed these edges too. So you could put a little note in here. You could put a little anything in there. You can make them any size, as tiny as you like. Now these I made 3 inches by 1 1/4, and aren't they sweet? Look at that. That's how big that piece of paper is. And you could put any little thing in there you wanted, any little note. You could put a little stamped. I could probably, let me see. I could probably stamp a word. I've got some words here. Here. We could stamp a little word inside. So when you open it up, you can put anything in here. Okay, so now that says grateful. And then when you fold it back up, just tuck those corners in again. And when you put it on your journal, on the edge of your page, here, let me get a piece of paper. It'll be real cute because it looks like a little envelope that you've pinned on there, like so, like that. Or you could even do it over the edge you could actually put it over the edge like that. Or you can make little tabs out of them. If you really wanted to get creative, you could put a piece of paper. Let's see, how'd that go? I guess you'd have to put it here. Put a piece of paper in between there and glue it, and then trim it down. So that the paper clip is invisible. Well, it would stick out the bottom. You'd need a really small paper clip for that. Maybe reverse it and put the little side here, and then this back here. Yeah, you could actually do that and cut your paper down. Okay, so here, let me show you what I mean. Let's just cut this down a bit to fit. I'm going to trim this just a hair on the side. So if you put your little bit in the front of the paper here, added some glue to both edges. Oh, then you wouldn't be able to open your envelope, would you? Oh, Dana, that was dumb. Well, it would still look cute. Oh, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Because it would be clipped here, and then, yeah, you could still open it. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So if you put glue on these little edges here, glued your envelope over, then you could still attach it on the edge of a page like so. Since that's not glued, it's going to come off when I do it. But you would still attach it on the edge of the page like that. And then that would be on top. So it would be like an invisible paper clip. Gee, Manetly, that's tiny. I'm having a hard time holding on to it with my big fingers. All right, Kim, cool because I'm not, LOL. What happened? A good idea. Excited for my Christmas collab starting November 1st. I'm starting a gratitude journal November 1st, so I really got to get the rest of it together tomorrow. Actually, I only have to do one page November 1st, but I'm hoping to do either a video every day, or if I can't video it, at least do a page every day. And I was playing with these placemats, and I don't know if you guys all saw the bit. I know Kim was here when I was making them. There were some people in my live when I was making gratitude journals, and because I ended up making 4 of them and there were 4 people that stayed most of the time, I just said, you know what, I'm going to mail these to you guys. And so I did. And so I hope that they journal along with me. And so I thought it would be fun for November. You know, at Thanksgiving, we're always trying to remind ourselves to be mindful and to be grateful of what we have and not what we don't. So I had used a bunch of these dollar store placemats, making all sorts of wild stuff. And I can make it out of cardboard. So I read that. I thought that was so cute. Grandma Joe made the cutest tree topper. And I don't know. I've been thinking about what I could do for a tree topper. And so you know what? This is the thing. I never know what I'm going to do. I never know when I'm going live next. I never know what I'm going to make tomorrow until the mood strikes me. There's things I have to do, you know, things that I'm working on that I need to get done, that I work on off camera. But then there's things that I'm always thinking of that I want to make on camera. And so when I find videos that I want to try and duplicate, much like this one from the Junk Journal, I think it's called Junk Journal Ideas, I think is the channel. So I wanted to come on and do that because I thought that was a really cute idea. Plus, I wanted to do this mini haul, but I will sometimes think about stuff and be like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I don't have any idea where to start. But then, you know what? Later I'll see something and I'll see something else and I'll see something else and I'll be like, there it is. There's the topper. That's perfect. I'm going to make one. And then I'll turn around and make one. And then sometimes I say I'm going to do something and then I'm just drawing a blank on how to do it or how to put it together. Can you guys hear my dog? He's so demanding. He doesn't want to come in until he hears me talking because he thinks, there's people in here and I want to visit, and so he hears me go on live and he wants to come in, but every other minute he wants to be out when it's because it rained all day. So, and he has the perimeter he has to check and make sure that no animals have come in. He has to smell every bit of the yard. He's got a lot of work to do out there. He's a busy guy. But Grandma Joe put on her video when she made that tree topper, she put in the description that you can make it out of anything, even car parts. So I thought that was funny, and I made a little comment in her comment section. So, but you know what? I don't do a lot of Christmas decorating, and I don't make a whole lot of stuff at Christmas. I do tend to make package decorations and things to tie onto the packages that I wrap. I don't buy a lot of gifts. We're not one of those people that takes a picture and posts it on our Instagram with, packages piled to the ceiling, because we just don't. I don't believe in it. I think that like my kids are grown, so I buy things I know they use. My youngest son likes wife beater t-shirts. He wears them a lot under his clothing in the summer to work or just around the house. And he goes through them. They both always go through like socks and underwear type stuff. And then I always get them something fun, like some sort of cool game or toy or something that I found that's for, older people. But typically I don't buy a bunch of Christmas presents. And I get Thad. I always try to get Thad like one big item, and he's really hard to buy for because he can just go on and buy whatever he wants off of Amazon, as he needs it. And that makes it awful convenient for him to get what he wants. And so I try to be really creative with that and find neat things. Turn that off, would you? I am going to have to get off here. That's it for my tiny envelopes. I am going to have to get ready for work. I took a shower a little bit earlier, but I need to go get dressed and pack my lunch. And I made cornbread because Thad made ham and beans earlier. So I'm going to go in there and see if I can't get that cornbread cooled off enough to pack me up some for lunch. So I'm going to go get dressed for work in this live, but I will be on tomorrow. I'm not sure. Kim had asked if I'll be on early or late. I'm not sure because I never know what kind of night I'm going to have. So I'm not trying to be vague. If I'm tired, I'll go to bed. Oh, I think it's just me and you, Grandma Joe. Okay. So, well, I guess I will. I know, cornbread. And I made the Earth Fare brand, which is, non-GMO corn. And instead of oil, I added some egg and I put a can of cream corn in it. I did not put any vanilla. The box says to add a tablespoon of vanilla. Gross. I don't know why that says that. That sounds gross. But yeah, so we'll see how it turned out. I'm really excited. And it's non-GMO cream corn by Del Monte. So it's really good cream corn. And I made it in an iron skillet, of course. I melted some butter in the skillet first so that it would kind of be fried cornbread. So it's a huge skillet. It weighs about 1,000 pounds. I can't wait to taste it. It's still piping hot. So I'm going to see if I can't spread some butter over that and get it packed up so that at least later I can have some for lunch. I hope it doesn't get too soggy. It'd be all steamy. All right. Well, thanks for coming by, Grandma Joe. I think everybody else left. I don't see them on the, I don't know how this works. I'm not sure how. Sometimes I see people that are talking that aren't listed, but and now I just see two. So, oh well. That's okay. It was a quickie anyway. I know, 1,000 pounds. It is heavy. It is heavy. I wonder if you could mail cornbread. I wonder if it'd be stale by the time it got there. I guess you could do like an overnight. That's only 26 bucks. Alrighty. Well, I'm off to work. Hi ho, hi ho. Time to make the donuts. So I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye.